Bobby D! Check
What's up, Michael?
it out. We're back at it again. I love it. You know I love this talk. I love it.
I feel like I'm your therapist.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. You're my therapist, my financial advisor. You know, just let it rip.
Just everything, right?
I love it.
How you feeling? Number one, last week we talked about your story.
Yeah, you know, the recovery is a little tougher than I expected. You know, I'm more banged up than I thought. I got to go see a few doctors. I just had to retain an attorney and stuff like that. But in life, you know, real quick, I know we got some guests coming on.
No, it's important, man.
You know, in life, you know, you have a lot of reflection. We always reflect about that. I think we're pretty positive all the time anyway. But there's always these reflections on life. And I'm still working. And I worked, like the next day I got up, worked again. I worked this whole week. And, you know, I'm doing the best I can pushing forward through work. Because, you know, as a trainer, you got to perform. And it's tough to perform on one leg. But, you know, I see people out there. And I'm trying to coach my clients at the same time. And there's so many people with so much potential. And I began a lot of younger kids coming in. And I see the potential in them, but then I don't see the drive as well. So the one thing that frustrates me the most is what I'm trying to really build people up is to really push them to their true potential and to get them to reach different levels. And it just doesn't have to do with working out. In life in general, you know, and I'm actually, you know, I didn't talk about this. I'm writing a little bit of a book. It's been a long time process called Training for Life. It has really nothing to do with training, but it's what wraps around, you know, how I become and then what I believe that brings success to the table in the training life, in the training realm. And what I'm trying to do with these kids and even my adults that I work with, for example, I had somebody come in and say, Mike, why is it that when we're training, you save the hardest exercises for last? And I said, well, in life, nothing's won at the beginning of the game. You know, in any game in life, nothing's won in the beginning. Everything is, you know, you have to push forward. You have to be able to be like that fourth quarter player to really come out and win. You know, you have to be able to get it when, you know, it doesn't matter how you start the race. It's how you finish it. And you got a lot of people that start strong, but then they burn out and die out. And I'm trying to teach people how the most important part of training in life is at the end. Not like the end of your life, but at those last stages when you want to push to get to that next level of success. You know, listen, you know I'm a Dolphin fan, right? I don't watch football, but I saw highlights and I saw them play against, you know, Baltimore, right?
Yeah.
They were down, should have lost, came back from 35 to 14 or something like that, right? And came back and won the game. The games in life are won in the fourth. But my toughest exercises that I give people are in the last, like, 3 or 4 exercises that I give them are always the toughest. And they say, why are you doing this to me? Because if you can get through these tough times in this stupid workout that we're doing, then when you face other obstacles in life, they're not going to be so hard because I just beat your body to a pulp. And I just put you through such a grueling process that, and I have guys that come and say, you know what, I had this problem at work today. Man, I flew right by it. Because I think to myself now, if I can get through these crazy exercise routines, if I can push my body to these limits, the mental strain in life isn't as hard. So it's not just that I'm training people to look a certain way, but mentally to trying to get them to push themselves to another level. Because if they can push their bodies to another levels, they can push their minds even further. Yeah. So, you know, it's a big philosophy that I have within my training. I don't tell everybody about it because it's too dynamic. It's too much that people to understand the technicality of it. But as they go through the process and then they go through life's challenges and ups and downs, and even from the kid that's playing in high school or college athletes to that stay-home mom that they have to deal with their kids running around or whatever they're dealing with in their life, it's amazing how they handle things so much better when you're training hard, physically giving it your all every time. Because you know what? We talk about this all the time, and we're here for a flicker, and we might not get that second opportunity. Everybody, one of us, has this burning desire to be somebody, to do something. Now, how many times you got this burning desire to do something? You're like, you know what? I'm gonna do that at the end of the week, and the end of the week comes and you never do it. Or I'm gonna start this project, you know, next week when the time's right. No, you start it now. Start living your life now because you might not have that time to do it. You know, I'm at fault for it. There's plenty of times I turn around and say, I'll wait till the end of the week and do it. There's things that I wanted to do last week and even this week, and I put it off because I have it on my calendar. I'm gonna do it this at a certain time. And I'm like, fuck, I can't do it. I can't physically get up and do some of the things that I have on my chalkboard, my whiteboard. I can't wipe them off because it's physical stuff that I can't get to because I physically can't do it at this point. So my message to everybody, and I'm sure we get it all the time, is like, don't wait, because time is ticking. We say it all the time, but you don't understand. You don't have tomorrow. You don't know. You don't know what you're gonna face when you walk out the front door. So I hope to God that everybody that we can touch realizes that it's precious how time is, and to seize every opportunity. And if you have a goal to be successful, don't put it off. You want to talk to somebody, go talk to them. What's the worst thing they could do? Is say no, turn you down. Who gives a fuck? Just go do it.
So awesome. Obviously we never plan anything, but you just triggered something to me. So I'm going to write it down now and I'm going to show it. So do we know what that is, Michael?
I can't see. What does it say? TUIT?
Yeah.
Tell me.
It's around to it.
Around to it. I like that.
I'm going to do it when I get around to it.
Around to it.
Oh, here's your round to it. Get to it.
Yeah, I like it.
The people everybody's got. I'll do it when I get around to it.
You not might have the chance. I'm telling you, Bob. Let me tell you something. It's funny. Like everything happens. One more thing, and we get onto it. I watched a movie yesterday, Father Stew, with Mark Wahlberg, a true story on Netflix. I just saw it on Netflix, and the accident that he had a motorcycle accident in the fucking movie, and the way he flew was the same. It almost put me like I was scared actually, because that's exactly how I flew. I just didn't get hit by another car afterwards, but I flew the same fucking way, and I said to myself, "Holy shit!" But for the good grace of God, there I could have been. And who would have known what happened, right? And, it's these subtle things in life, these little messages that we take for granted and we don't capitalize off of. And I know people do it every day. That's why I'm saying there's so many people out there that have so much potential to do so much in this world for themselves and their families, to put themselves at a different level. Don't put it off. Don't fucking put it off. Just go do it. Who cares about, I'm not saying put yourself in debt financially, but don't hold back.
Yeah. Good message, bro. You're supposed to, you just talked about fourth quarter. You just came out with the first quarter with some powerful shit. How, supposed to save this stuff.
Wait, we got more stuff at the end. We got guests coming in. Who knows what they're going to.
Yes, we do. We got a couple of
good Ray, what's going on,
says
my man, Ray? That's my old partner, Ray. He's
a
great guy.
He's a loyal listener. He watches our shit all the time.
Man, I love that guy.
Just tells you what kind of a zero he is, that he's watching this shit instead of Aaron Judge gonna hit the 60th home run tonight. He should be watching that. But I don't think he's a Yankee fan, so he likes that other junior varsity team. I always got to break Ray's balls. It's what I do, Michael. You know that.
He's an amazing guy, dude.
I love Ray.
We had a lot of great times.
Man, one of Bayonne's finest. Also an umpire, which is a hard thing to say. The umpire for many years. I think he lives down the shore, like Howell or some shit like that.
Yeah, he lives down the shore. And that's another thing, Ray. I promise. When we talk about getting together, I promise you, we're gonna get together.
That'd be great.
Reaching out to you very soon.
Get his ass on Project, because I'm not sure if he's in his very, very good shape. Ray. Just saying.
Ray used to be in amazing shape.
I know.
We used to work out all the time together for hours and hours.
I know. But anyway, Mike. So. This weekend I was in Kentucky. I don't know if you noticed.
I saw like a bourbon run.
You see my hat?
I see the hat, yeah.
Kentucky Derby. Listen to me, Kentucky Derby. I'm getting ahead of myself. Kentucky Bourbon Festival.
That's pretty sick.
Outstanding time. Kudos to Frank Ferranti for inviting me, and his beautiful cousin Debbie, who has a home in the same city where the festival is. So we stayed there. Frank and I didn't have to pay for a hotel or transportation. It was just a great time. And Mike, on Sunday, about 40 plus bourbon tents where you can.
Oh my God!
You can have a bourbon at each one. So I've always struggled with buffets, Mike. I always feel like I'm getting cheated if I don't back up 4 or 5 times. So. Of the 40 bourbon tents, I would say I probably hit 20 of them at least, or 25.
How are you even here today? How are you standing up? How are you sitting down?
Yeah, it just tells you what kind of a professional drunk I am, Michael. I'm good at many things, and actually,
drinking's one of them.
It's crazy because I got tuned up. On Friday night. We didn't even go to the festival. Frankie slipping me a couple of, I was pretty much at my limit, and Frankie said, came out of the kitchen, have this one, and it's like filled to the top.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
yeah, so yeah, but it was a great time. Had a good experience there. Met new people. Obviously, shared a little bit of the Pro Arge story with Frankie's cousin. I sent her some info on it because I always believe that we really owe it to talk to everyone about the amazing product. Today I was on the phone with a guy who just got over a stroke. And we were talking about how much of a crime it is that the medical industry doesn't tell people about, nitric oxide, and how, a guy wrote a book, won a Nobel Prize, that nitric oxide can prevent strokes, heart disease, and yet sadly no one knows about it. So I always take the opportunity, whoever I meet, to at least just mention it. I certainly don't go full court press, but I mentioned the app. I mentioned what we're going to be doing in Utah. And speaking of Utah, Mike, I thought we'd bring on a couple of folks who just registered for Utah. And this could be trouble. Because I got a feeling these two haven't met yet in person. I just have a feeling that when these two get together, I don't know.
There's going to be trouble.
I'm thinking it could be. I mean, you feeling me on that or no?
Yeah, it could be a mess.
Yeah. Because Drunk Z, like Martina's a nut job, sober.
Not drinking.
I never seen
crazy,
her.
not drinking.
I've never seen her drunk, so I just see it sober. And
she's not much of a drinker, but
there you go.
If she turns it up, she's going to be.
She is off her rocker. Right,
she's off a rocker. She's off a rocker anyway. So she's a fun off the rocker. And then she's a fun person.
You're gonna mix up with Drunk Z, and it is gonna be like
boy.
What's that show, Thelma and Louise or whatever the fuck?
Without a doubt, yeah.
It's gonna be impressive. I decided to ask them to come on the show. First of all, because they're both hot and we're gonna get more views. Right, that's number one. But to talk about Utah, because I just found out today, Mike, that we are able, as of today, to pre-launch the app to specific people that we want to test it. And Martina and Z don't know this, but they're both going to be able to test the app starting tonight before everyone else. It's going to get launched somewhere around October 1st, but I've got some rights to offer it to about a dozen folks, and so Martina and Z are going to get to use the app. So maybe they could test the Lamara with it, the skin line, all that other stuff.
Well, I think I told you I got everything signed up. It all works perfect.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. So let's bring these bitches on. Martina, ZZ.
What's going on, girls? Why so quiet? Oh my God, I can hear
Martina's got herself muted. I don't know why. Maybe she's
Do I have myself muted?
No, you're good. I can hear you. Martina's on mute.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Why do I come off as a drunk to everybody?
No.
Drunk Z. It's like, does sober Z even exist?
I've never seen a picture of one. Just right now. That's it.
Martina,
cocktails before we got on the air.
Just to Martina, it says you. There you go.
Martina's crazy. Martina, you're crazy, and I'm a drunk.
Martina, where is your mic?
It's on, right?
There we go.
I could hear her.
There you go.
My goodness gracious. Mm-hmm. So, girls, we're going to Utah. You guys pumped about this or what?
I am. I'm very excited.
We bought cowboy hats.
Martina and I are going to be on the same flight. So can you imagine that?
Oh, shit.
You didn't even plan that?
Well, kind of, sort of, a little bit. So my flight stops at JFK. I couldn't find anything from Boston to Salt Lake. So I stop at JFK. I'm gonna pick her up, and then we'll head over.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And what about the return flight too?
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah. We're in trouble.
Shit! Wow.
So if you hear on the news the plane was grounded because of
Oh my
unruly
God.
passengers.
Unruly passengers is done.
That is awful.
That's not going to be good.
No, it's gonna be fun.
So it's going to be
Okay.
now. We're just to give somebody people say, "What the hell is going on in Utah?" It's not, because Utah can be controversial with full wives and shit like that. None of that stuff is going on. We are launching our app, the Legacy 2020 app. What's Legacy 2020? Well, it's the greatest tool in the history of direct sales. And it's not even disputable. If I challenge anyone to look at this app, look at the demo. If you're in the sales business, if you sold anything ever in your life, if you sold something from home, in person, realist, whatever, if you take a look at this app, there is nothing on earth that's developed that's better than this toolkit. It's going and wait till you girls are going to be able to try it tonight. I know we're going to try and see how we can maybe do some of the skin line stuff, but I think you're both going to be able to step up your pro arch game. Just saying, especially you, Z, because if not, I may have to may have to break up with you if the pro arch.
Yeah, okay. Talks a lot of shit. This guy talks a lot of shit.
Just saying.
Yeah, that's okay. I let him go.
All right, Z.
Yeah.
So with
Sure, baby. Whatever you want.
that,
Oh man,
Whatever you say.
that's how you do
that's
shit, Mike.
amazing.
That's how
That's
shit.
amazing. That's how you do it. I
That's
got it. All right, so you're my financial advisor. you're my therapy coach. Now you're gonna have to give me the tips on that too now, because I don't know how you did that one.
It's funny. He gets you to do things that you never thought you would say yes to, right?
I can't say that right here right now. There's some things you got to keep personal.
It's the story of my life. I've done more
Yeah.
things that I never thought I would.
Yeah, no.
We won't get into that though.
It's being recorded. Speaking of which, we thought we'd have you girls. Last time we had you girls on, we had some fun. We talked a little about men, relationships, and stuff like that. So we thought maybe we talk about that shit again tonight. So yeah. Last we spoke, you were getting hit on what, maybe 5-6 times a week via Facebook. Like, give us some updates on some of the shenanigans that are going on with guys trying to hit on you. Mike and I want to hear these funny stories.
I love these
Me
stories.
too. I want to hear them too.
You're gonna telling them. You're gonna tell me the stories.
Wow, where do I begin? Yeah, they just continue, and it's pretty funny at this point. It's comical.
That's not good enough. Let's get into some details.
You got detail, yes.
No,
It's so
you
vague.
can't do
She's
that.
being shy.
Well, what are we talking about? Are we talking about the married people, or are we talking about the single people?
Let's talk about.
Well, how about like pretend we're at a training session and you tell me how that you went on this date and this is what happened and like what happened on that date.
There you go.
Wait, we're gonna talk about a date I went on?
Dates.
No,
Yeah,
we're not.
Like a couple weeks ago, you say, oh,
No, we're not gonna talk about that.
We're not gonna talk about it.
No.
Listen, I'm gonna have to put like a videotape in the training because I get some good stories. I
But
thought
I
you were
want
gonna
to
share
hear
some
it.
stories
I
tonight.
want to hear about this date.
Hey, you don't have to mention names. Come on, let's go, girl.
No names.
I want to hear
Oh, the
about
person. Are they watching right now? Damn.
No, I don't think so, but
No.
you never know. But maybe this
never
could be
know.
good. So
Maybe good.
There we go.
it requires a lot of learning. Maybe he watched too much porn and just didn't know what to do and didn't watch the right porn.
Yeah, you said the performance wasn't up to par. If I recall, you said something about the performance wasn't up to par, and you had to go back. You had to go back to the drawing book. You're like, fuck, I gotta go. What does it get any better? And I'm like, I just listen. I'm just sitting here listening.
So
I'll get you tomorrow.
when you say his performance is not up to par,
You should.
was
Yeah, it was really
was he Tiny Tim? Like, was he?
Wait, what does that mean? Oh, never mind.
Oh, great, thank you.
no, it wasn't about the size.
Sorry.
That was one of them.
What does that mean?
It's about the movement.
Okay.
That's a.
So the movement was bad.
But wait, is
It
this
was-
a person that you like were out on a date? Like you see them a lot, or
All right, so getting back to that. So this particular person has
I
been
still
trying
put you
to
on point. Sorry.
I'm gonna kill you. Anyway, so 11 years he's been trying to go out with me.
wow,
finally
that's very
gave in.
dedicated.
It's persistence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That is persistent.
All
and
right.
you finally decided, okay, let's do it, right?
Yeah, it was really bad.
All right. So you go out and
Yeah, a
dinner-
couple of times.
couple times. So after the third time, you have to have sex with him. So we understand that.
Maybe,
So
if
Really,
you want to
maybe.
call it that.
so set the mood. So is he like it's romance? Is it exciting? Like where's the
No.
set
It
the
was
shit?
so
It's
it
past
was-
9 o'clock, so all the kids are off.
well, it wasn't at my house.
Let's go.
So where was it? Come
What do you want to know? It was
want-
just bad.
All right, so
It was
so okay, so you had a bad date. So what would make a better date? What makes a date go well? Like what would you expect it to be? What would
Sex-
you expect?
Sex was
Can
good.
can we go back to this date? Like, so what do you say at the end? Are you like, all right, goodbye, go home, or are you like leave,
I
or
I said I had to go.
and
No,
don't call me, I'll call you, or
No. I just go.
you just go and
No.
that's it. I mean, obviously he must get the message, right?
No, that's the problem. Doesn't get the message. Doesn't get the message. This might get the message.
So this might be a good thing.
Might get, yeah, this might make it clear.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
gotta
think
say,
so.
I don't miss the
This is
single life.
horrible.
I have to be honest with you guys. I don't miss the single life at all. I mean, it's she's not the first friend that I have that I hear stories about
It's-
men, and it's men that are in their mid 40s, 50s, even 60s, and I think Bobby, you and I had this conversation. I think it's because of the dating app world that it makes it so much easier for a man to just, it's like a catalog. Let me pick this one, and I don't have to commit. I don't have to, go out of my way or anything, because tomorrow I could just call somebody else. So dating at this age, it just, I don't miss it at all.
I don't even know what to say because
I don't even know it's the same for men too, but women have it harder, I think. In
So
my
so
opinion.
going back to you, Martina. So this was not just a sex thing. It was just a bad date thing, or it was really the sex thing.
no. I mean, he has a great personality.
Don't you hate when they say that?
Because
Yeah,
the
great
first
personality.
thing,
but
if a man says that, then she's unattractive. But go ahead.
It was just not there. I don't want to teach somebody. I don't.
Yeah.
And sadly, even with the comments or trying to get me to even go on the date, it's not even creative. It's so lame. It's just, so how's the weather? Is the weather nice? What's your favorite color? I don't want to do this.
The useless talk is the worst, right?
this is horrible.
The banter of
What do we call it? Empty conversations?
yeah, the conversations.
Yeah, when you grasp for straws, it's bad.
It doesn't flow. It just doesn't. I don't have time. I'm so busy as it is. I don't have time to talk about colors.
So what would intrigue you? All right, look, you got both beautiful ladies on here. What intrigues you in the conversation? What would spark your attention? Okay, don't let the pin drop. I heard the pin drop 3 times. Wow.
It's hard for me to answer that because it's been over 2 years since I had a
Yeah, we know your
conversations
story.
with
We
a guy.
heard that. So go into it a little bit more. What intrigued you about Bobby the most? Like what was it?
He was funny, and he was very authentic from the beginning. He definitely didn't give me those lines about how's the weather, what's your favorite color. No, he went into like the hardcore stuff, like do you wear stiletto shoes, things like that. Yeah. And then right off the bat he's like, well, we'll meet up, and if you have 3 glasses of wine, I look like Brad Pitt, things like that. So I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. Brad Pitt, this is good. So he didn't give me any of that, crappy stuff, I guess.
So being funny, having a sense of humor, making light of a subject, throwing these innuendos out there, that's the key.
But I don't.
That could be the key.
I mean, everybody's different, though. Every woman looks for something different. Martina may be more attracted to something totally different than I'm attracted to. It's what you want, I think.
Okay, Martina, answer. What is it? She basically threw it right to you.
There was one thing, though, if I could jump in. One thing I remember saying to her, because I could be a little cocky at times, Mike. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he was a little douchey even from the beginning.
No.
But I was like, listen, you chicks like a guy, because I told her what we were doing. Here's where we're going. This is what we're gonna do. Blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, you're so pushy. She goes, you're so pushy. I said, listen, I know you girls like a guy that takes charge. You like a guy that's in control. And you're gonna try to as long as he makes you laugh and he keeps it light, you girls like that shit. And she's like, whatever. Whatever. And that's the truth. You want a dude that's got confidence, but not cocky. You want a dude that's, like makes a couple of jokes and mostly is real. I think that's the thing. Like I'm not gonna pretend for anybody, because what the fuck good is that? Right. What am I gonna pretend for? If I pretend to be somebody I'm not, I mean, we're both not going to have a good time. Which is why when I was dating, I would hope that the woman would go on my Facebook first before we went out, because you can kind of see what kind of a jerk off I am. Mm-hmm. Right? If you're on my Facebook page, first of all, I'm a father. If my mother was alive, you saw me with my mom. You saw my political stance, right? You saw what I believed in. You saw my humor, all that shit. So, if I may say, I believe that that's stuff that all women look for. Am I right? I mean, every woman looks for, I'm not saying me. I'm not saying look, but they look for confidence, not arrogance. They look for a guy with a sense of humor and a guy that's real. Now, other personalities, like you say, Z, there's other things that maybe differentiate, but I believe every chick likes that shit. Am I right or wrong here, Martina, for Christ's sake?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're
Absolutely right.
I think a lot of things too, Bob. I don't know you. It's like you're a pretty take charge guy, and I think that's what a lot of women are looking for. A guy that's going to take charge. Ladies, correct me if I'm wrong.
But that depends, beta male. Mike. That depends.
But you have to look for a beta male. You're not going to look for somebody who's going to be so timid. Who's not going to,
there's a lot of alpha women out there that can't
at the time, yeah, but they can. It's that they haven't had the right alpha male. They haven't had the male that says, "Hey, listen, this is where the buck stops. You can be independent. You can be a winner, but at the same time, I'm going to open up the doors. I'm going to pull out the chairs. I'm going to take charge, and that's just the way it's going to go. This is the way it's going to be. I'm going to take charge." We're going to have a say in the matter of whatever the matter is going to be. I'm going to hear your point of view, but the buck is going to stop with me. I'm going to take care of the situation. Like, no woman, I don't care if you're alpha male. If you're walking down the street and there's a couple of guys there and they're still talking shit, you're not going to be I don't care how alpha female you are or how feminist you are. You're not going to want to walk down that street with some pussy. You're going to want to walk down the street with some guy who's going to protect you. You're not going to protect yourself. You can't protect yourself. There's not a woman out there that's going to protect herself against a man. If you're walking down the street in New York City or whatever, you're going out to dinner, and you know how it could be, and somebody's going to come and start shit. You want somebody who's going to say, babe, stand behind me. I got this. And that's what I think is missing in this world. And we don't have take charge guys anymore. I think that's a big key element to anybody. Everybody wants to feel secure. People want to feel independent. There's a difference between being independent, securely, and then having somebody say, you know what? I can let my guard down for a second because I got this man that, if my house gets broken into, I'm not have to run down and take care of it. He's going to run down and take care of it. He's going to protect me in my home. there's nobody out there doing that these days. You can't. The confidence is not there, and I think that's what a lot of women see as they go out, and they're seeing that more and more. And that's why you have relationships that may fail. You may have somebody who starts, a certain way, and then it ends not the way they wanted it to.
That makes sense.
I really see that. And I know Bobby. I know if something happens, his joking, kidding around is going to go south, and he's going to take charge. He's going to protect everybody on the scene. That's the nature. And I think that's one thing that deep down, every woman wants that, to feel like, oh, you know what, man, that felt great. That I know I'm well protected. I think that's important.
No, I totally agree with you. Every woman, me personally, yes, because of my childhood, I need a man that I feel is going to protect me. But I'm not talking about just walking down the street and seeing some guys or whatever. I'm talking
I'm just using as an
protecting me with life, with
yeah,
everything. However, I think that if I was an alpha female, I would probably clash with Bobby, because I would want to always be right. And if he always has to be right, one of us has to give in. And sometimes that doesn't work either, because it's two egos fighting to be correct, and one is not giving in to the other. So I think that's why maybe sometimes in relationships, people tend to fight a lot because of that, or one wants to control the other. So when you have two alphas, that's going to be a little difficult, I think.
Well, I don't know.
Martina,
You disagree with me. You disagree with me, Mike.
Well, just in my standpoint, and I don't mean to sound cocky or arrogant or any sub way for. If I was met with an alpha woman, I'm gonna let her stand her ground. But at the end of the day, it's what I say is gonna go. And I don't mean to sound cocky or rude, but you can be an alpha when you're at work or do whatever. But everybody in life has to know their place. And I'm not saying it in a to put down women at all. At the same time, I'm very old fashioned.
So if you're the type that, what you say goes, you probably need a softer woman that would be like, all right, honey, let's do it your way. But sometimes you can meet me halfway.
No, at all. I want somebody who's going to tell me their opinion and how they think things, and I'm going to explain the point of view of why we might do something. I might hear they might have a great point of view on something, and if it sounds great, then okay, we can go with it. But
you just said at the end of the day, you're right.
At the end of decisions, it's going to be my way, and that's it. It's going to be my way. I'll listen to you for a minute, but at the end of the day, if not, there's the front door. See you later. Bye bye.
Can you
just you're not gonna find anybody.
You're not willing to meet halfway. Is that what you're saying, my darling?
It really depends. It really depends.
Mm-hmm.
You see that
to an extent
on Tinder? Gonna be my way. So
that's his caption on Tinder: my way or no way.
Peace.
My way or the highway.
To the left.
Diana Martinez, how are you, Diana? She chimes in. Hey, Diana, are you coming to Utah? Well, I gotta see if she comments, because we want her out there too. She's another badass.
Oh God, those three? That'd be bad. Those three.
Yeah. We're hoping
the more the merrier.
We're gonna give her the app tonight too. She's gonna get access to the app tonight. She's on the VIP list, Mikey.
I'm excited for this trip.
Yeah,
I'm actually excited to go see all the Synergy family.
Greatest energy team ever.
Oh, Martina, you're absolutely gonna love every single one of them. You really are.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Be so good. Yeah, Saturday. I'm getting there Thursday night. Z, you coming on Saturday or no? You coming Friday, right, Z?
I'm coming Friday.
Mike, you're gonna get there Saturday. You thinking, or maybe Friday now? You can, right? You might be able to, because
I gotta be. I'm just gonna wait to see what happens with my leg, because I can't even walk sometimes. So if I'm waiting to recover. I'm hoping to be recovered by then.
Yeah.
Because I can't even get down my driveway at this point.
Ugh.
So it's like I mean, Martina sees me hopping around the gym. She knows I can't move at all. So.
We're gonna get you a wheelchair.
I'm doing. If I had a wheelchair, then I'd be there. But you know, that's how bad it
We'll
is.
carry
It's
you.
pretty bad, dude. What's
Yeah.
that?
We'll
Yes,
carry
we
you.
will carry you
Yeah, I mean,
on a
that's, you know,
stretcher.
If you let us, if it's okay with you.
Yeah,
Well, you
it's
know,
okay.
okay with you.
It's really not. It's really not. I gotta do it myself. I'm gonna probably obviously bring my daughter with me, and I'll make her carry my bags. That's about it. I'll definitely have my daughter with me though. I have her that weekend.
No, hopefully you guys can make it. It'll be fun.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got a month and a quarter to heal up. I'm thinking you'll
Yeah,
be
no, I'll be all right. You know, I'll be on. You know, as long as you get to a doctor, take some painkillers, I'll be good.
Yeah, we'll do a like a horse tranquilizer.
I have no problem taking. I have no problem. Give it to me. I'll take it. But seriously, like you have to see me trying to get down the stairs of my house. I literally have to crawl down my stairs and crawl up my stairs. I can't even walk up my stairs in my house. I'm like, man, this is where a ranch would be great. I want to move into a ranch level. I just want one level.
Well, you're the only dude in the history of motorcycle accidents that like left the hospital the same day. I mean, it's bizarre.
Right. Listen, if you saw that hospital, listen, no joke. If you saw the hospital I was in Newark,
you would run out.
You would try to get out there too. I was like, nurse, the doctor said if I can walk, I can leave. Just give me a hit of another hit of that morphine. Actually, double it up. I'm out. And I swear, I walked out. And the worst part is, when I was walking, I had my shirt on, but I forgot to cut my pants off me. So I started walking out without any fucking pants on. So they're like, Mr. Hurley. I'm like, what? Like, you can't go out that door yet. They gave me these paper pants to put on. It was fucking a mess. I was a mess.
So what's wrong with your leg? I mean, is it just you can't walk on it, or?
Well, I have an appointment this week with a doctor, and I can't put really too much pressure on it. It swells up. It's like a balloon. I mean, it looks like the Elephant Man on my leg.
Oh.
So it's all right though. And listen, I'm blessed. It could be a lot worse. You know, they say that there was no head damage, no trauma to the brain, but that's
Are you
debatable.
sure?
That's debatable. It's all good though.
No, you're lucky. You're lucky.
You know, it's funny. I get home that night, and my daughter was like, "Does this mean we don't get sushi? Can you still get sushi for me?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I gotta get in my car and drive and get sushi." And then we get to the place. I'm like, "Hey, Michaela, here's somebody. Can you run in and get it?" She's like, "You know, I don't like going in there by myself." I'm like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
There you
So
go.
I gotta crawl into the sushi place. These kids are horrible.
The entitled generation.
The entitled generation.
Entitled generation.
And that's what I said. I said, listen, there's most guys are not gonna go get this for you, Michaela. Most guys are gonna tell you to go get it yourself. So you ain't gonna find somebody like Daddy.
Yeah. You shot. You got it, right? You shot.
Look, Martina's laughing because she sees me hobbling around the gym all day long. She sees me. She makes fun of me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
You do.
I don't make fun of you.
You laugh the whole time. Every time I try to get up, I see you laughing at me every time.
So Martina, back to you. So this guy's done. You're not going to go on another date with him. You're not going to give him another shot.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Does he know that yet?
I would hope, but no.
Now,
tonight, I think
don't we have some nice friends for Martina? We got to have a nice friend for Martina. No?
This is what, when you do that matchmaking shit, that causes trouble. I think maybe a handful of times. I don't remember one time it working out well.
Because then if it doesn't work out, then it's like there's that awkwardness of, I got them together. Now they're not together, but I'm friends with them both. And,
I have to say that I worked in a barber shop, in a high-end barber shop in Summit. And you would have thought that there'd be one guy.
Nothing.
Not one dude. And you don't do the online thing, huh?
Mm-mm.
You've never done it, or?
I did once years ago, and I told you everybody lied. Every one of them. Everyone lied.
Well, the ratio, you're close. It's about 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 guys are lying, and 9 out of 10 women are truthful online. That's why it's such an easy thing for a guy, especially if you're a good guy. If your intentions are, listen, obviously every guy's intentions is to get laid, right? You're online, you're going to get laid. You can get laid. You could go on. It's what is it? 9:26. If you're online tonight, you could open up an account tonight and go on at 10 o'clock, and by midnight you could actually get laid. That's how crazy online for a guy. I mean, because
I'm sure for women too.
oh, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. But women generally, right? Most women don't want that. Most. But there's one out of 10 women on there that they claim they want a relationship. They're lying too. They just want to get laid. So that's why it's so easy for the guys, because the guys can manipulate, which Martina, you said, that's what they do. It's easy to say, post fluffy shit on their profile, say fluffy shit, post a picture when they were 14 years younger, right? When they were jacked up, and then, when they had more hair, they put their age up. That's a couple years younger, and then all of a sudden you go on a date and like, what the fuck is this? You're like, who the fuck is this? And that's what I learned. I learned online that's why, like, I used to, after like a couple of years being online, I'm like, I'm a fucking hot commodity on here, because first of all, most of these dudes are ugly. And secondly, they're all bullshitters. Like my profile is exactly what the fuck
do you see how he got me to go out with him? I mean, I was laughing the whole time. I'm like, okay, I got to go out with this guy.
and my profile was funny. I'd be like, listen, these are the things I can't put up with. I don't like smokers. I don't like drama. I don't like, if you're uptight, you got a bad temper. And then in parentheses, I said, but if you're really, really hot, I'll pay for the therapy.
That's awesome.
Like I said to Zee, like, listen, if you're not that attractive, that's okay. I have whiskey. Like
it's fucked up.
Yeah, I was saying shit.
Fucked up.
Yeah, that's what he would say. That's what. Yeah, I mean, I like Martinez right now. I was hysterical laughing. Yeah.
And then if you have like a little bit of a banter going on, and you just say, hey, let's meet. Hey, before you meet, go take a look at my Facebook so you can see. And if you still want to meet me after that, we'll go out for a drink. And
but the thing is, he insulted me. He told me my pictures were frumpy. And I think one time I reached out to you, and I don't know what I said, hi or whatever, and his reply back was, finally, I was starting to think you were a lesbian. I was like,
oh my God.
Let me fix this.
You got. I hope you save those posts.
I have. We have all the messages. Yeah.
I'm a whore.
You were a lesbian. I was like,
hold on. Let me fix this. It's not exactly. She's close, but not exactly.
No, that's what you said to me.
Oh, I did say. I said, "What are you?" Because she was like, "I haven't had sex in 10 months." So I'm like, "Are you a lesbian?"
Live TV.
Or are you a nun? Are you like holding like
TV? Don't say that on live TV.
Like that's what I was like. What are we doing? And then when if you looked at her when I first Mike, when I was single, my MO was if there was a girl on Facebook who was pretty and we had a decent amount of mutual contacts, I friend requested her, which is what I did with Z. It was like December of 2019, right before the pandemic. But I never was inappropriate. I didn't inbox her. Hey, how's your day going?
What color do you like?
Like, none of that shit. I never inboxed her. Nothing. I maybe would like a post of hers here or there, but now the pandemic hits, she starts liking a lot of my shit and laughing. And I'm like, so I go on her wall and I'm like, all right. I'm looking through the pictures. I'm like, okay. I don't see any body pictures, Mike. Now, Mike, when you go online dating, when you see a girl who's got 5 or 6 pictures and not one of her body, Mike, she's a fat fuck. I'm just telling you the truth. It's the truth. If you do not see one body picture, so I'm like, man, I wonder if this girl's a little chunky. She might. That's Mike. I was still interested in banging her. Let's not make it sound like I wasn't interested. I was doing my scope session. And I'm like, and then I was looking for like, breasts. I like breasts.
I'm not one of those women that like pictures of me and
I was going fucking like, is it like you got the fucking magnifying glass out? I'm like,
you would think that I am not his type of you, right?
So when we started talking, I was just honest with us. I couldn't tell if you were frumpy and flat chested. And she's like, what? I said, I was just being honest. I couldn't tell. And of course, I saw her naked, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? This shit's been in bubble wrap for how many years?
Like, bubble wrap.
It's like,
bubble wrap.
Like, what the fuck are these? You can't see them anywhere on any.
I'm very modest when I post pictures. I don't even like posting pictures.
Yeah, so that's what she
why
said.
Bobby posts all your pictures now?
Oh yeah, he does. If you look at my wall, it's hardly.
I love it.
Yeah.
I hardly post anything. I was always very private.
Not anymore. There ain't nothing private about your life anymore. Bobby made sure of that.
I was a very quiet, private person. I don't know what happened to me. I don't know what God was thinking when he put us together.
That's hysterical.
It's fun. It's like, it's
he took you out of your shell.
Yeah.
He took you out of your shell.
Yeah.
See that? You needed that. You needed a little push.
He did. He took me out of my shell, and I think I try to ground him a little bit. I try to ground him a little bit. I try to, give me a hug. Let's chill. Let's take the blood pressure down. It's gonna be okay, honey.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Yeah,
talk you off the ledge. Nice.
That's definitely.
It's like a balance, I think, and that's why that's why I was telling you. Sometimes I think it's difficult when you have two alphas and they're going to clash a little bit. So you need a little bit of a balance. I mean, I have no problems admitting he's the alpha male. He, and he knows it. I don't need to be. I don't want to be, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with him having the stage. I'll be fine in the background cheering him on. I'm good with that. But there's some women that may not be okay with that, I think. And I don't think that would be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, no.
Tell some of your stories, because you're still getting inboxed. And you're even getting inboxed from guys that know me that are like.
Still? It's the same person?
Oh, different people.
All right.
But different people.
Crazy, right?
That are friends with him.
I'm sorry, that's kind of fucked up. But that's just me.
Yeah,
I know you don't. I know deep down you don't care, Bob. You don't give a fuck. It's fine.
I give the guy credit. He's confident. He thinks he's got a shot again. I wouldn't have those balls. I wouldn't. Like I wouldn't do that shit.
No, because there's a line of respect that you have. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Is that you respect that. And that's where that's where I have problems with. Like if somebody knows that I'm with somebody else and they're still doing that and they know me personally and they're saying things, that's disrespectful to me. Yeah. And as long as my girl's not feeding into it, I'm sorry. It's like if I have like a fancy car, I'm not gonna let everybody just touch it and grab it. It's my fucking property. It's my fucking problem. Come to your house, I'm gonna let you know you don't fucking talk to them anymore. That's just me. I know it's a little dated. I know it's not, but they need to know that no, it's not okay. I'm not going to allow that. It's not funny anymore. You know me personally, and you're still disrespecting me. That's just me. I know I'm a little hot-headed at times. I get that from my mother. That's my mother. But that's just me. Like, just is what it is.
Yeah.
So Bob, just give me his name. I got it. Even with a fucking, I'll come there with my fucking crutches and I'll kick his ass. I fucking hobble right there. Fucking kick his ass.
You got to come to Utah. Come on, we're gonna have a blast.
Don't give a shit what condition you're in. You're coming to Utah.
I'm gonna come. I'm gonna have my daughter in my backpack. She'll be fine. She'll be good.
You can protect me, Martina. How's that?
There you go.
We'll let you get a little anger out.
I need to get some anger. I'm angry at the world, so that'd be perfect.
You need a hug. Come on, you need a hug.
I want to punch the whole world in the face right now. It was funny. I was just having this conversation. You know, you hear all these these people, they coming out with all these new data that comes out with COVID, how they fucked it all up and they were wrong about it. And, somebody had shot me. See, we knew we were right all the time, Mike. You were right about this. You're right about this. I'm like, listen, it's great that we're right. We have a bunch of people, like the people right here that are in front of us right now. We know they were all full of shit. But you got those people that are far too left. It doesn't matter if 20 angels can come down from heaven and say that it was fucking bad. They're still going to not believe it.
Right.
So those people, I don't have time to even talk about this bullshit. I said to them, you know what? I can't get frustrated with this anymore. It's never going to change. It's going to be what it is. These people are fucking idiots. Yeah. So let's just stay positive. Let's just surround ourselves with the people that think like we think. And those other knuckleheads, I don't even want to hear about it. I'm sorry. You got a blood clot because you got the fucking vaccine? Too fucking bad. Good. You should have fucking had pro-arginine in the system. Maybe you'd been better. But, I can't fight this fight anymore with them. So it's not my fight. It's going to be God's fight. I'm throwing it up in the air. I just want to be around people who want to know the real deal, who want the information, the right information, who's studying with us, who wants to be a part of the success journey of a positive movement. None of this, because it's so easy to be negative, right? It's so easy to, like, those lefties, really, they can get me crazy. And maybe this, accident woke me up a little bit to the fact that, you know what? I can't fight every battle. Some battles I'm going to fight. Some battles I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight because I believe in them. But some battles I'm like, for the retards out there, I can't do it. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's not the right word to say. No, you're a fucking retard if you believe that. I'm sorry.
See, I feel sorry for people when he and I are out and he sees somebody with a mask on. Look at this guy with this mask. And I'm like,
I say it. I was saying it all the time.
I usually calm him down, and I'm like, but I feel bad for them. They don't know any better. They're afraid. We have to be compassionate. He's like, no, you don't.
No, I'm the same way. Holy shit.
I feel bad for them.
I do the same thing. My daughter doesn't even like to. She'll walk out of the room. I'm like, look at this asshole with the mask coming in. And she's like, Dad, come on. Look at this dumb motherfucker. Michaela, this is the prime example of stupidness. Stupid fucking people. This is why. And this whole other thing that she's getting this whole curriculum thrown out at school. I'm like, I told her to get out and walk out when they start talking about that fucking trans shit and bullshit. And I'm done with that too. Get the fuck out of here with that stuff. I'm done. That's why there's some battles I can't fight, but some battles I'm ready to go to war with.
We got to sprinkle a little compassion into you. That's my goal. That's my goal, Mike.
That's a good one.
I'm going to sprinkle some compassion on you. That's what I'm going to
do. Okay.
That was great, Mike. So we were. This was the last time we were together. We went out to dinner here, local in Jersey, and the waiter's probably a teenager. It's a fucking teenager.
Oh yeah.
He got the fucking extra bag and it's fucking, he got the fucking thing over here. And I'm like, 18, 19 years old.
He was young.
And Z's like, oh, you got it. Like, Trump got a little tipsy, four or five drinks. She's like, look at this fucking asshole. Drunk Z, Mike.
Yeah,
nice.
I don't like Drunk Z. I'm not a fan of hers. He's a fan of hers.
That's awesome. I love that.
What's with this asshole with the mask?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So,
no.
dude,
Junkie's not a very nice person.
just the other day, went to Home Depot, and some guy walks up to me, had a mask on. He started asking me if I wanted help. I couldn't understand what he said, so I went like this. I pulled it down. I said, "What'd you say?" And I pulled it down. I'm like, "Hey, I can't hear you with that fucking thing on. What'd you say?"
You're going to
And his
jail.
eyes just dropped. His eyes just dropped, and I said,
Poor
"Can you tell
guy,
me what you
he's in
said? I can't hear
fear
you."
of COVID.
He went, "Oh."
Jesus
I
Christ.
was like, "What the fuck?" I said, "This is fucking retarded." And I went and got what I had to get, and I walked out.
Yeah, you can't touch people's masks, Mike.
I can do what the fuck I want to do. I don't care. I was on crutches too. The best part, I was on crutches. I don't care. So imagine me hobbling with the fucking crutches, hobbling with these fucking things on
Hey, maybe,
and I'm like, can't hear what you're saying.
maybe
I'm
you
gonna get
shouldn't
the
go.
fucking
Maybe you
bleach.
shouldn't go to Utah.
Maybe
Oh God!
we should keep him away from Utah. What do you think?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
You know what? We'll go to Utah. We'll go into the grassy area. We'll
short.
meditate.
I'm short, so my arms don't have a long reach. But this fucking stick, I can hit anybody with this fucking stick. I can knock people the fuck out.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Wait, can you imagine drunk Mike?
No,
No.
then I don't feel my ankle.
Can you imagine drunk Mike? Oh my God.
Shit. Listen, there's a blue case in my house with a key underneath my bed. You just gotta take that for the bail money. I need the bail money.
I think we should wrap this up. What do you think, ladies?
All right, let's go. Let's get out of there.
Good
I'm
show.
gonna have a couple shots. I gotta have some tequila right now. I'm going to
Give him a shot. Ladies, before we go, how about a little shout out for Lamar? Are we still loving Lamar?
Yes,
Excellent.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Now, do you think with the app? You think the app? Martina, you saw the demo of the app.
Yes.
Do you think it'll help you with the Lamar sales pitches?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It was well written. It's absolutely beautiful.
Awesome. All right, so both of you gals are going to be able to test it. So I'm going to send you links tonight, along with Diana. You three women can basically start to test it out. You have to sign up for $1. You get 2 weeks for $1. And then if you like it, if you want to stay with the premium version, it's going to be $19 a month. Very reasonable. It could have been 60, could have been 40.
Or the annual. I just did the annual for it's like $199 or something like that. It's only $16.
Yeah.
I mean, let's face it. We throw more money away on stupid shit. So get the annual. Stop playing.
Yeah, and it's there's a free version of the app too, but it's not as dynamic. So let's get out of here before Mike gets us all in trouble. Let's want to thank you, ladies, for joining us. You both look beautiful as always.
Zee,
Thank you.
Martina.
Shut up.
Martina, I see you tomorrow.
Looking
Maybe.
Martina, he needs a hug. Can you hug him for me?
I'm gonna tickle.
Give him a hug and say this is from Z. She wants you to, All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Good.
I don't think it's gonna help, but okay.
I agree with you. I agree.
I had fun tonight.
That's nice you did.
All right, we're better than my guy.
Best night ever.